As I talked about in my last video, experience-based grading, or XBG, is a system that enables real differentiation in your classroom. It actually does this by leveraging behavioral design rather than more curriculum rewrites. So you can use your existing curriculum and your preferred pedagogy. XBG is specifically designed to leverage Charles Coonrant's 5 elements of gamification: clearly defined goals, better scorekeeping, more frequent feedback, a higher degree of personal choice, and consistent coaching. We know the brain needs to work towards something. We can hijack this need to make everything students do directed towards an immediate, tangible goal. To do that, we're just going to tweak how unit materials and unit days are managed to build in student choice and ownership and more individualized practice. Because it's grounded in behavioral design and cognition, it works for any course. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through how to set up the XBG point system. You can definitely pick a unit and follow along. We're going to go through splitting the unit into whole class and individual tasks, assigning points to the tasks, and then deciding what individualized tasks should be mandatory because they have to do some task and get to choose others. Okay, I'm going to walk you through setting up the point system. This example is the one that I've used, and it's the one that other teachers are using, so it's tried and true. You can absolutely just use this if you want to, but the beauty of the system is if you want to adapt it any kind of way, you definitely can. This is just an example. So what I have here is a Google Drive of, let's say, all the activities and practice that I'll do in this unit with the class. You could have more or fewer, doesn't matter. And the first thing we want to do here is separate the things that we for sure still want to do as a whole class from the things we want to turn them loose to work on. So the first thing I'm going to do is go through and I'm just going to create a folder and I'm going to name it whole class. And then I'm just going to name another folder individual, even though that's really individual partner or groups. So I'm saying individuals, like the individual activities, I'm going to turn them loose on. And then I'm just going to look through the unit and think about what things do I still want to make sure we do together. So then that leaves everything here is basically what I'm saying that I can turn them loose on, besides the test, obviously. So these are my individual activities. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull all of these into the individual folder. Let me start by creating another folder. I'm going to call this basic for basic level tasks, lower on blooms, things like notes, fill in the blank worksheets, matching, those kind of things. And for me, I assign those 100 points, 100 XP. And then I'm going to create a folder for proficient level tasks. These are what students, the type of work that students should be expected to do on a quiz or a test, like the proficient level work, what they're expected to be able to do. This is where students should really live. Your basic stuff is really to help them build foundation or to refer to if they get into trouble. And then your proficient level is where you want them to live. All right, so, and then I'm gonna put another one. I'm gonna build another one for advanced. And I do that 700. You may not have advanced work to start with. That's absolutely fine. You can always bring in some later. All right, so there's my folders. So now I'm just gonna go through the activities and sort them into the folders. So those are going to be my basic level tasks. I don't have any advanced tasks. So all of these then are going to be my proficient level tasks. And notice also this quiz that was a retake now can just be another assignment option. I can make some students do it, but for everybody else, they could do it if they want to, and it's another practice. So I'm going to pull all of these into the proficient folder. And we're like done. It takes a little while because I'm talking so much, but really, that's it. Don't sweat it too much. You can change it later. If you have some tasks that don't actually have either an electronic assignment or an actual assignment, like maybe they go to just a link or something like that, don't worry. We'll still bring those in later. We'll deal with those in a little bit. The last thing we got to do is just to go through and mark what's mandatory. And the way I'm just going to do that right now is I'm just going to add an M in the name. However many assignments you think is appropriate. Obviously, you don't want to make everything mandatory. You'll still get to choose how many tasks they do. You can just say, okay, you have to do these two, and then you pick two more or three more or whatever is appropriate. The next thing that we're going to do is assign the whole class. I didn't do that. The whole class assignments. Those I grade with a rubric, but I'm going to go ahead and mark on here that these are going to be out of 400 XP because the max value students can get from me for a whole class activity is 400 XP. And then for the tests is also based on rubric. It is based on their demonstration of proficiency. The assessment really needs to be about did they reach the goals? Did they learn what they were supposed to do to learn? And did they reach the goals? You definitely don't want them just focusing on points. And for me, proficient on that rubric is 1500 XP. All right. That's it. It's done.